a game, and we're 7-7 midway through the second quarter. Sun Prairie has qualified for the WIA playoffs 25 of the last 27 years. The only years they missed, 2002 and 2003. Verona's made the playoffs 15 of the last 16 years. So two football programs with great winning traditions. And the big challenge, as always, for the Big 8 Conference is getting deep into the playoffs. They get a lot of teams in, but then they have their own basically mini postseason tournament the way they're bracketed.
And then it's even become more complicated where because of the not strong reputation, they end up getting grouped with somebody really good like Kimberly.
Yep. There's a line drive punt by.
See, and that's what I thought they would try to do, is try to make a kick and roller away from the returner, not give Schaefer a clean shot at it.
That was Soul punting. And
baseball diamond area, please remove yourselves from the baseball diamond. All the kids playing on the baseball diamond, please get back to the stand.
They just made the announcement that can't play on the baseball diamond. The kids are playing on the baseball diamond. So that new stadium will take care of that. Here's Shower.
Nathan Shower.
Decent gain on first down for the Sun Prairie senior running back.
This is one of the first second and shorts that Sun Prairie's had, so we'll see how the chess match goes with Scott Kramer.
Give him a gain of 6,
and
second
the Sun
and 4.
Prairie offense.
Stevens from his 19. He'll give it to Shower. He has some blocking. Shower tripped up, but I think he fell forward for a Sun Prairie first down, and he did.
Xavier Howard with a defensive play, but it is a first down.
Yeah, there was some big old black shirts creating a convoy on the left side there for Shower, and he got enough yardage for a Sun Prairie first down and a gain of about 5 to the 24.
See, and this is one of the things is when you punt them back deep, this is where you might get some of your two-way linemen a quick break, see if the backup can pin them down. So as they move into closer to scoring territory, you'll probably see some subbing of the big dudes back in.
1st and 10. They got to hurry the play, and they
got a timeout.
Got a timeout before they ran out of the time for delay of game.
I believe that's Sun Prairie's 3rd timeout.
Wow.
But Ryan Kaminsky can't be real thrilled about that.
Yeah. So this Verona defense, the first half of the game we did against Middleton, they got chopped up pretty good. But they're playing better, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Again, I go back to Middleton's pretty good. At running the football right at them. And so, they've matured. They're getting better. I'm real impressed with them so far tonight. And now it'd be interested to see now the timeout's going to let Verona get some of their top guys in here for this second series.
1st and 10, Sun Prairie at their own 24. Fake to Schaefer, give to Shower, and not much doing on that first down play.
Since losing that shootout, they're winning that shootout against Middleton 61-35. Verona's defense has only allowed 2 touchdowns, the 3rd one tonight.
Wow.
Right, and both of these teams have an inherent advantage talent-wise and roster size over most of the other teams in the league is just the truth. And so, and consistency in coaching staff. These coaching staffs know each other pretty well.
Yeah. 2nd and 8. Stevens going to have to try and make something out of it, but not much going on there as Joe Gervasi is able to make the stop. Gervasi, 64. He's a 6'2", 250-pound senior. Boy, he just fought off the block and got the quarterback.
Yeah, and this was a zone read. He pulled it late. But Verona defense very disciplined and sitting there. Again, I know this was a running play that Verona was concerned about, is the quarterback run.
That's a loss of 2 back to the 24, so 3rd and 10. 3 receivers split to the right for Sun Prairie. Now the running back out of the backfield. In fact, they'll swing it to him. That's Jamel Stone. He's got speed. He's got a first down. Boy, he took a lick as Hawken Anderson finished him off, but Jamel Stone with another burst for a first down for Sun Prairie.
And it was a great block on the wide receiver out here on the corner. This is, again, one of Sun Prairie's favorite staples. They ran it last year. Is they have trips, but then they motion into quads. And, you really have to turn that ball back into all the folks running to the ball.
15-yard gain out to the 38. So Sun Prairie with some breathing room. Stevens fakes the handoff. What a catch by Schaefer. My goodness. And he's going to fall forward, and I think he got enough for a first down. Now they're going to mark him about half-yard short. Boy, that is Colin Schaefer making a play.
It wasn't bad coverage, actually. It was just a great throw and catch. If you look, this is a dangerous throw because the linebacker's right in the flight of the ball where you think it was going to track, but he got it up high and a one-hand Odell Beckham-like catch.
Schaefer missed most of last year because of injury.
Yeah.
As you said, Cooper Nelson got most of the attention last year, but when Schaefer came back, they had a couple guys.
Here's Stone bursting into the secondary. Whoa. He explodes again for another Sun Prairie first down.
He is very, very quick.
Hawken Anderson made the tackle, but not before Stone got to the Verona 39.
And they have 2 good backs. Schauer is kind of the grunt pounder, and then you have the lightning quick burst of Stone.
1st and 10 Cardinals. Well, Jenkins was in motion, and I don't know if he did a little something funky before the play started, but the flag went down.
Illegal procedure is the call.
False start against Sun Prairie. So that'll move him back to the 44.
Going into the game, this was one of my thoughts, is can Sun Prairie kind of sustain a drive and keep Verona's offense off the field?
And this is a nice march.
Yes, it is.
And a march that's consuming a lot of clock.
Stevens has the pass deflected in the air. It's an incomplete pass. Verona was hoping to sell that it was a fumble and a return by James Ray, but incomplete is the call, second down.
Now Ray, who had blocked the punt earlier, swatted that ball out of the air.
And this is the, again, part of the chess match. It's a quick screen, so the D linemen are allowed to come, basically. If he doesn't bat that ball down, there's not very many folks that can help corral the wide receiver on the screen.
DeForest has turned things around in Prairie du Sac. The Norskies now lead Sauk 17-7 second quarter. Second down. Stevens wants to throw again. He's going for it all. Schaefer's down there, comes back to get it, and it's complete. The pass was underthrown. Schaefer came back to get it. I don't know if the defensive back was able to turn his head and see it. That is a big pass play from Brady Stevens to Colin Schaefer.
Again, they just got there a step late at both ends on the pass rush.
Now they're going to go tempo, 1st and goal from the 7, trying to force it in there. Here's the handoff to Schauer. He'll turn it upfield. He'll get to the 5. This is where the yards get tough. Jackson Aker on the tackle on defense for Verona.
No, without pressure, Schaefer's going to get behind the DBs.
Yeah, that was a 41-yard gain, by the way, from Stevens to Schaefer.
Stevens throws a beautiful deep ball.
He does.
Only a junior.
I almost said it's kind of like Alex Hornibrook, but I don't. Left-handed. That's where the similarities in. I see the Florida State's coach Willie Taggart says Hornibrook's going to get in this week.
I think
Florida State.
I think Willie's got to get something going down there.
Maybe Hornibrook's the answer. I don't know. 2nd and goal from the 5, and again a penalty marker pre-snap.
And this was designed to get the ball to Schaefer. This play is obviously designed for Schaefer because he is like, oh. It's one of those that you design, and now Verona's seen it and can alert the defense to. Yeah, I saw a kid that was starting a lemonade stand to try to raise money to buy out Willie Taggart.
I think the only guy more frustrated than Schaefer in that play was Brian Kaminsky. Right. His team is now at 5 penalties against Sun Prairie.
No, I saw it. It was like a clip on ESPN or something. The kid started a lemonade stand to buy out Willie Taggart.
Now, Kelly Eichhorst, our director tonight. Was that, Kelly? You said they had 400? The dad matched the kid's money, and now it's up to 800.
I think it's a bigger buyout than that.
Well, it's a start. It's something. Okay, here we go. 2nd and 10, or 2nd and goal, I should say, back at the 11-yard line. Stevens looks over to the bench for the final signal for the play. Now we're ready to go. It's Stevens across the middle. That's Schaefer. Touchdown, Sun Prairie.
And this is one of those run-pass options, and it makes it really hard for any help on the receiver because the linebackers see run. Everything tells them it's run, and he pulls it out. Great slant route, and there's just no underneath linebacker help. Beautifully executed drive.
Only 2:18 remaining before halftime. Second time tonight, Stevens and Schaefer have hooked up for a touchdown. Here's Owen Konopacki to give Sun Prairie a 7-point lead. And it is good.
But there were 2 killer plays on the drive. The screen on 3rd and really long that bled out a first down, and then the deep throw to Schaefer.
Here's the touchdown again. 2nd of the night, Stevens to Schaefer.
Right at you.
Update from Miller Park.
Cam McCorkle was the DB that couldn't stay with Schaefer, who's now got 8 touchdown catches this year.
That's a great shot, too. As you can see why it's very difficult for the linebackers to make a good run-pass read because the linemen are blocking run, and it's really a quarterback decision. If he sees a nice clean lane to throw the receiver, he does.
89-yard march? Long one.
Oh, I think so.
87, maybe, 87 from the 13, yeah.
And it took up a lot of time.
Oh, it did.
Now, Verona does get the ball to start the second half, so they're still in decent shape, and Beck is a good thrower. And they still have, their big play run game.
And they got that 22 deep right here.
Yeah.
He's returned 2 balls this year, 2 kickoffs. And Aker is averaging on those 2 kickoff returns 85 yards.
Wow. That's good.
They both went the distance.
That's good. Well, with Madison Memorial is playing Madison West at Mansfield Stadium. When they announce this score on that PA system, there's going to be some oohing and on by the Spartan crowd. Here's Konopacki. That's a booming kick. Wow. That hit the back end line.
And there's no wind here tonight, so that was all.
Hey, there's Mitch right there.
Gonna say.
That's
Mitch, go get it. Oh. Mitch, go get it. Oh, come on.
That's a big-time weapon here, so now it's going to be 80 yards.
Well, that eliminates that 85-yard average.
He's only touched the ball twice on kickoff, so a lot of people have kicked it away from him.
So there's been 2 mistakes, is what you're saying.
Verona with all 3 timeouts in the last 2:18.
That's how I look at it.
Right? Oops. I kicked it to him. So here's Verona. Boy, they haven't trailed very often this year, if at all. They'll start on the ground, and this is a big play, and almost a touchdown play as Graham Steer gets his first big run of the night.
And he's had a bunch of big runs, and he came a little kick with his leg from cutting through that.
Carson Fluno saved a touchdown. 15, watch him right there. If he doesn't get him, nobody does. First down, Verona. Becks under pressure. Gets rid of it and throws it away. Good job by the Sun Prairie front to make Bex make some decisions.
So you can see how the plays kind of tied together. They ran the little counter, then this was the fake off the play action pass off of that same counter. So all these plays kind of build off of each other.
So that's 2nd and 10. Ball at the 43-yard line. We're now under 2 minutes before halftime. Sun Prairie leading Verona 14-7. Quickly to the outside they go. Steer with a great move. Steer to the outside, and he gets to the Sun Prairie 45. Penalty marker flies late.
Looks like we have an illegal block on Verona.
It would have been a first down. Carson Fluno, another tackle.
Yes. This is one of those things, you get these receivers in space, and as he cut, it caused Dawkins' hands to come outside of his body and the holding call.
Verona's only had 2 penalties, but they've both been biggies. First one was an intentional grounding, which blew up a potential sustained drive, and then this one changes the outlook here on 2nd down.
I said when they announced this score at Mansfield, there's going to be some oohs and ahs. When they announced the halftime score from Mansfield here, there's going to be some oohs and ahs. Halftime, Madison West 6, Madison Memorial nothing.
Wow.
How about that?
Maybe it is a trap game in Mansfield. Bert Hobley set the trap.
Yeah, right. Here's Bex. Pumps and throws deep, and good coverage there. Jamel Stone was step for step with Aubrey Dawkins. 3rd down.
Yeah, and this is again part of the little chess match. I thought they just snuck Stone back into the game to help with Aubrey Dawkins.
And they had Backus back there to bracket the receiver too.
Yeah. So I was thinking to myself that we're going to see a ball launched to Dawkins. I'd look for something with Hakan Anderson here.
By the way, next week we'll be at Mansfield Stadium for the game of the week. Verona at Madison Memorial. We got a lot to do before that. 3rd and 8. Verona trailing by 7. To the outside for Dawkins, complete.
First down.
To the 42 of Sun Prairie.
Clock stops to move the chains. And Verona should get a play called right up here. Oh, he ran to the sideline.
Good throw by Bex on the run. And they've got so many weapons with Anderson and Dawkins.
These are 2 good teams. Aker. Boy, hasn't really had the. Well, he had the 140-yard run, but ever since it's been pretty tough going.
No, and that's one on turf. He sticks that foot in the ground and he goes. And it's just.
Ham and Hellenbrand combined for the stop. Here's Bex rolling left and short hops Dawkins incomplete. He was at about the 30-yard line. This is going to be 3rd down now. Clock stops with
3rd and long.
40 seconds left in the half. 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and they've got all their timeouts, so you got to think this is 4-down territory. And Beck's receiving instructions from Dave Richardson before rejoining his mates in the huddle.
Yeah, although Verona can play with tempo, he usually goes over and has a nice little chat with Coach Richardson.
Anderson split to the right. Dawkins split to the left. Fake to Aker, the running back. And the pass was complete, but then dislodged by Lanphier. Anderson had it, but then he was hit. And out came the football, incomplete, 4th down.
Great throw, right on the money.
I'm guessing we're going for it here, Coach, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's a nice play by Lanphier, the all-conference defensive back. Janesville Parker 14, Madison East 10 at the half. Parker looks for its first win of the Big 8 season. Wanakee 32, Baraboo nothing. End of the first half.
Now this is as much a confidence in your defense as your offense.
4th and 8. Bad snap. Bex has it. Hit as he throws. Deflected. Complete, but it's going to be short of the first down.
Yeah, it depends on the spot.
And they gave him a good spot.
Oh, they gave him a really good spot. He didn't get a good spot. He got an exceptional spot.
That's one of the all-time spots.
There is no replay in high school football.
Oh, they're going to have to measure it.
Yeah, but nonetheless, I think they gave him the mark. He's got a first down.
I don't know.
Boy, that's close. Yeah, look at that.
Now, and these aren't the turf fields either. This relies on the paint job of the Sun Prairie maintenance staff.
They're going to squish the ball down into the ground so it doesn't move. I don't think so. He didn't get it. My goodness.
What is he, a credit card short?
That's about right. My goodness.
Oh, the Sun Prairie defense.
Well, it was great pressure.
Well, that's what did it. Yeah.
Great pressure, tip ball, great concentration, and
that's a big play. Sun
Again,
Prairie fans celebrate.
There's no timeouts for Sun Prairie as they take over on downs here at the 33.
That being said,
how risky do you get here?
Well,
looks like a little risky.
Where is Schaefer on the field? That'll tell you a lot. Yeah. It looks like they're going to.
He's the back to tackle somebody.
They're going to take a knee.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. It's like taking the money and running, right?
Right. I
was going to say, if they wanted to go for it, then Schaefer would be lined up wide.
Yeah. Well, that'll do it for the first half.
Great first half by Sun Prairie.
Sure was. 2 touchdown passes from Brady Stevens to Colin Schaefer. Jackson Aker with a 2-yard touchdown run. There's Stevens. He's pretty happy, and why not? Junior quarterback's done a nice job of leading that Sun Prairie offense.
And boys, I think you got to get the ball to that Aker guy more if you're Verona in the second half.
No, I agree. But Sun Prairie's done a great job of the initial run game. They popped 2 runs, but they stuffed a whole bunch of other ones, and it's showing that Aker's having a little bit of trouble running sideways and being able to cut on the grass.
Yeah, but you know what? You give Aker the ball 6 times, he gonna break one of them.
Yeah, he's still moving the pile.
Yeah,
he's still moving the pile, and as they get fatigued, it'll be interesting to see if they can still corral him. Now, the other thing is, though, Aker is playing a lot of defensive snaps.
Yeah.
And so, that's very uncommon for your stud running back to play the volume of snaps that he's playing.
Verona's down 7, but the Wildcats will get the kickoff to start the second half. 14-7 Sun Prairie at intermission. We'll be back in a few moments. You're watching the Prep Mania Game of the Week on TBW and Channel3000.com.
Kindergarten through 2nd grade junior dancers.
crazy friends, what I'm done with awkward situations, empty conversations. This isn't SOS, don't want a second guess. This is the bottom line. It's true. I gave my all for you, now my heart's in two, and I can't find the other half. It's like I'm walking on broken glass. Then I believe I've left. It's a call I'll never get. Every time I see you, I feel half right. Cause you're worried, just FYI. This isn't SOS, don't want a second guess. This is the bottom line. It's true. I gave my all for you, now my heart's in two.
Way to go, junior dancers. And now, we'll have the Sun Prairie Varsity Dance Team. The Sun Prairie Dance Team is honored to participate in the Pink Out Night to raise awareness for breast cancer research. Thank you for everyone who supported the cause. They'd like to support and honor the survivors here with us tonight. This performance is dedicated to all of you. Here is your Cardinal Varsity Dance Team. The Cardinal Varsity Dance Team with their Pink Out routine. Way to go, team. Update on another score in the Big Eight. Madison West 6, Madison Memorial 0 in the third. Also, Janesville Parker 14, Madison East 10 at halftime.
Welcome back to Ashley Field, 14-7 Sun Prairie. The Cardinals will kick to the Wildcats to start the second half. We're going to try and squeeze in our first half highlights. And early on, the offenses were both clicking. Here's Sun Prairie's first touchdown.
First to two scoring throws from Brady Stevens to Schaefer. That one 30 yards. It came just 2:04 into the game. This is Schauer, their leading ball carrier. Nathan for the nice run there, thanks to the screening of the official. But Aker, the UW recruit, had an answer. This is a 40-yard run for Verona.
Outside of that, they held Aker pretty much in check, but that 40-yarder was a big play. Here's that great one-handed catch by Schaefer.
Schaefer with 4 catches for 87 yards in the first half, and this was his last one, his second touchdown catch, an 11-yard on a perfectly executed slant. That came with 2:16 left in the half and has given Sun Prairie a lead over the unbeaten Verona. Verona ranked 5th in the state, Sun Prairie 9th in the state. Verona tied with Memorial for the Big 8 lead. Both teams are losing at halftime.
Can Sun Prairie give Verona its first loss of the year? We'll find out. 24 minutes away. Well, at least 24 minutes. Boy, Konopacki has a leg. Boy, you said he's a big difference maker, isn't he?
It's good. He kicked it right through the goalpost.
How about that?
That tells you what a weapon. So this kind of makes it, unless he totally miskicks it, it's touchback city.
Yeah.
80 yards for the Verona offense.
Sun Prairie's had great kickers, it seems, for forever, and Konopacki is the latest. Grofa, let's squeeze in a couple of scores if you can.
In the Big 8, we told you West leads Memorial 6-0 at halftime. We'll follow it with a 27-14 lead over Craig. Parker leads East 14-0. In the Big 8, Wanakee 33-0 over Baraboo. Milton 27-20 over Oregon. DeForest with a 17-7 lead over Sauk. These are all halftime scores. Stoughton with a 26-0 lead over Edgewood. And outside of the Badger and Big 8, Lodi with a 21-20 lead over, or 21-7 lead over Watertown Lutheran Prep, and Evansville leading East Troy 29-0. Nice of them to hold up for us to allow to get the scores.
Well, that's going to be offside on Verona. Very rare offside on the offense call here.
It's Verona's third penalty of the night. Sun Prairie had 5 in the first half.
So that'll move it back to the Verona 15, 1st and 15. Aker gets the carry, as we suspected. He figures to be a focal point of the Verona offense here even more in the second half.
Aker came in averaging 120 yard a game and 10 yards to carry. In the first half, he touched the ball 7 times for 57 yards rushing. You saw 40 of those on one play.
Got 4 on that one, so all in all, outside of that 40-yard run, Aker has been held pretty much in check so far. We got a long way to go. Aker again. This time he gets into the secondary and nearly broke it.
I was going to say that penalty kind of put him behind the chains, but he got 4 yards there, and that one came really close to being popped.
That's a 12-yard gain out to the 31. Landfear saved the touchdown.
Yeah, that was one knee lift away from being an 80-yard run.
Wildcats trail by 7 with the ball. Beck's quick pass complete. That's Steer with the reception.
This is the Verona version of the RPO, which again creates a clean lane. Obviously, when you put the ball in the belly of Aker, linebackers are on high alert and creates a nice throwing lane for Beck's.
Got 8 on that. Out to the 39. Another carry. Aker again. That'll be a first down, Verona.
Aker, good athlete, runs track, is a discus thrower, also a sprinter, and certainly a good-sized kid for a junior.
4 more carries for University of Wisconsin Badger recruit Jackson Aker. This is a pass up in the air, deflected, incomplete. They were looking for Steer, but Jacob Hellebrand jumped the route and tipped it in the air, and that was nearly intercepted.
Yeah, that was the exact same play. Again, the formation's flipped, puts it in the belly of Aker, steps back, pull in, but the defensive back for Sun Prairie really triggered on that one really well.
Beck's now 9 of 15 for 69 yards. We have yet to have a turnover in this game.
2nd and 10, Verona at their own 43. Aker one more time. Carries a couple of tacklers, but a reasonable stop by the Sun Prairie defense. Brendan Shannon, 60 in on the play. Gio Campos as well.
We had a blocked punt that set up a very, very short field for Verona. Aker went 2 yards for the lone Wildcat score of the night.
3rd and 7, Verona from their own 46-yard line. 3-yard gain by Aker on that last one. Followed by the incompletion. Becks has his man Dawkins. First down, hangs onto the football. Jamel Stone on the tackle, and Stone a little slow to get up.
A lot of good athletes up. Is he cramping? Limping.
His left leg is giving him problems, so Jamel Stone will need some medical attention. It's another Verona first down. Boy, it is a good-looking drive by the Wildcats to start the second half. Another look at the play where Stone was injured.
That happened earlier in the game.
He is walking off on his own power, but it's interesting to see if this was a cramp or not. It's not uncommon to come on a really hot, humid night like tonight to come out and cramp right away. But once they start cramping, it's really difficult to stop.
Right.
Pretty balanced drive for Verona. They've gotten their premier running back Aker involved, but Becks, to keep him off balance, has been successful throwing the ball.
Well, the next one to add in is Hawken Anderson.
First and 10, Sun Prairie 44-yard line. Aker again on the toss. Aker pushes forward. He'll get about 6. Still going. No whistle yet. He's going to get 7 out of that. Wow. He had yards after contact there.
Coming out fresh in the second half. Okay, because he's going to play both ways. So it's really important for him to cash in on this drive. You'll notice first contact's made at about 3 or 4 yards, and then he moves the pile another 3 or 4.
Another Sun Prairie defender cramping up.
Is that Dom Backus? 38, yep. So Aker, with one of the better 7-yard runs you'll see, gets down to the Sun Prairie 37-yard line.
Backus, Sun Prairie's second leading tackler this year. And again, it looks like a cramping issue.
Yeah, no, it is very, very humid. And after several weeks of, relatively cool weather, this is a tough adjustment.
Now this Sun Prairie defense has put up some very good numbers this year. Outside of that opening week, lost 28-25 to Madison Memorial. The Janesville schools, they held Janesville Craig to 79 total yards and a 39-0 shutout last Friday. The week before that, they held Janesville Parker to just 78 total yards. I know Craig and Parker don't have the strongest teams this season, but boy, you hold anybody under 100 yards. That says something.
That's very impressive.
And they've held this high-powered Verona offense to just 7 points so far tonight. But the Wildcats on the move. They started this drive at their own 20, taking the opening drive, the opening possession of the second half. Becks steps up, throws deep, has Dawkins, and just overshot him. Aubrey Dawkins had beat 2 Sun Prairie defensive backs, but the pass about a step too far. 3rd and 3.
This also tells you Coach Richardson's thinking 4 downs here. That he's going to take his shot there with the idea that he's probably got a good running play here on 3rd down.
I'd say the odds are pretty good. You could get Aker about 3 in the next 2 plays if you need to. But we'll see. Sun Prairie's defense has been a tough puzzle to solve so far tonight. Pitch to Aker. He'll get the 1st down and a little more, and again, he just carries guys along the way.
Well, it's a trail of black jerseys laying on the ground. We got another one down.
Isaiah Diaz is 5'10", 300 pounds. I believe he was one of the defenders that was getting a ride from the running back.
Mercy.
I tell you, when he squares those shoulders and sticks that foot in the ground, it's a pretty impressive sight and not a very pleasant experience for any safety or defensive back trying to tackle.
Watch him carry old 99 here. That's a 300-pound guy.
And again, he's just a hair away from just splitting that.
Yep.
This is 3 successive plays that Sun Prairie has lost 3 defenders.
No, and the truth is now it's too late.
Yeah.
Water-wise and everything else. At
Boy,
the college level, pro level, you'd be getting IVs at halftime. That's not happening at the high school level.
that's Dominic Landfear.
And that is a major, major defensive player for them.
Yeah, Landfear is one of their better defenders in the state. So he said the Backus kid who went out in the preceding play, their 2nd leading tackler.
Right.
So they've lost some key
Landfear,
members of the defense.
Landfear made a drive-stopping hit, just before the half where Verona had the ball completed for a 1st down, and he hit the receiver and dislodged the ball. He's one of their top defenders.
Well, Backus is back in there for Sun Prairie. At least he was when they came out of the huddle. Yeah, he's still in there. So that's good news for them. DeForest is up 31-7 over Sauk Prairie, by the way. So the Norskies on their way to another win, it appears. Here's Hawken Anderson. And gets to the outside, hit once, then
Great
slips
play.
down, and a good play again in containment by Jacob Hellenbrand for Sun Prairie.
Jamel Stone got in and just kind of knocked him off balance, prevented him from turning the corner. And again, there's a big difference in the Verona team on a grass turf and on the AstroTurf in Middleton. They were able to really stick the foot in the ground and get vertical, and they're just not able to do it on the grass field.
Anderson's been a big play guy tonight. He's been silent.
He has. 2nd down. Aker cuts back. Tough running room. Look at that. It takes 6 guys to get him down. But they did. 3rd down.
And another cramp.
Giovanni Campos leading the tacklers for Sun Prairie. And, yep, another Sun Prairie player. That's, let's see, 48 looks like. Jeremiah Thompson.
The down
49, excuse me.
downside of this is with the cramping is Akers getting a rest too.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you can see he's huffing and puffing carrying all those Cardinals on his back.
Unfortunately, we don't have a 49 listed on our roster, so we'll just call him Mr. Number 49, I guess. 6 yards on that last carry. So 3rd and about 5 coming up for Verona when play resumes. But right now, we're attending to the injured Sun Prairie player.
These injuries, does it keep the offense from getting in rhythm? They seem to have a pretty good rhythm going early in the drive.
It really doesn't help. At the same time, I think you'll probably see the Verona staff is also trying to figure out who the backups are and how capable they seem.
You see head coach Brian Kaminsky out to look at his injured player. Brian Kaminsky in his 17th season head coach here in Sun Prairie. There you see our Prep Mania football schedule. Next week again, the anticipated showdown. Will we have 2 undefeated teams or no undefeated teams? Right now we're not sure. Memorial was trailing West 6-0 at half. Verona trailing Sun Prairie here 14-7. And we're scheduled to go to Oregon, then back here for Middleton at Sun Prairie. And boy, that October 18th game, Wanakee at DeForest, is looming large. That could be something.
Kaunakee ranked #1 in the state in Division II. DeForest ranked 8th. They're both unbeaten in the Badger North.
And on their way to big wins tonight, it appears as well. Okay, here it comes. 3rd and 5, Verona. Oh, Beck's fumbled the snap, but the play is to Hawken Anderson. He's going to go in for the touchdown.
This is one of the things with this is the counter crisscross, and it's kind of a delayed handoff anyway. They were very fortunate. I think it was Aker picked it back up off the ground and to Hawken. And, you know, when you have backups and run fits, you just don't have enough time to get everybody the proper run fits that you feel comfortable. And, again, with Sun Prairie having some of those injuries in that defense, that didn't help any.
Yeah, well, you figured Hawken Anderson would be a factor at some point. He was there, 24-yard touchdown. Here's the extra point by Mason Armstrong. It's good. We are back to even 14-14. Wow.
3rd rushing touchdown of the year for Hawken Anderson. He's also got 3 catches for a touchdown.
Keep your eye on the ball here. So the snap was low,
yeah,
and boy, look at that.
It was just a low snap, but those guys, again, have done this for many years, even going back into youth football probably.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, that Wildcat youth football program. You learned that wing tee.
Yeah,
in 4th grade, you know.
You know, and it's a very teamwork friendly offense where the backs have to block for each other, they have to fake for each other, and like I said, it's very non-traditional. With all the advent of the spread teams and stuff, and so defensive principles are very, very different.
Verona goes 80 yards from 4:56 to do so in the second half kickoff, and now for the first time in the second half, Sun Prairie will get the ball.
We've had some one-sided games in our game of the week, but not this one. This is a dandy. 2 great teams, all even.
For the Cardinals, Schaefer, Stone,
and here comes the return. This is not Schaefer for Sun Prairie. I think it's Jacob Hellenbrand. Yep. And Hellenbrand gets it just outside the 20.
Yeah, that time they kicked off away from Schaefer.
Colin Stubich with the tackle. Sophomore defensive back for Dave Richardson's Verona Area High School special teams.
Now we see the adjustments Verona makes here on defense and how Sun Prairie wants to attack.
Stevens 9 of 14 for 148 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half as the Sun Prairie quarterback.
And he throws on first down here, a little wide receiver screen, but it's bobbled and incomplete. That was for Addison Ostrenga.
So they started the game on that same play, Ostrenga.
It's one of their favorite openers, the quick wide receiver screen, flash it out there. Again, the purpose of that is to limit the blitzes on the inside for run game.
2nd and 10, Sun Prairie. This is Schauer. He'll try the left side, and he's grabbed by
Max Myers.
Max Myers, yep.
Excellent play on the edge there, stringing that out, not letting him turn the corner.
Schauer with 10 rushes for 44 yards in the first half.
Got 3, but it's going to set up 3rd and 7.
This is crucial, you know, from a Verona standpoint, get off the field. For Sun Prairie to give their defense a little bit of a break with all those guys that went out with cramps.
Big 3rd down play here. Stevens has to step up, and down he goes. 53, Tyler Layham with the sack.
You know, and that's a really important defensive stop. They were trying to get the ball deep to Schaefer, and the pressure got there before he could get rid of it.
Ray, who blocked the punt earlier today, and Layham almost went in for a touchdown. Subsequently, team up there again. Ray heated up the quarterback, and he turned into the waiting arms of Lamb for the sack and a 4th down situation for Stevens Point on their first offensive series in the second half.
And now we're seeing a trickle effect here. Sun Prairie's having trouble lining up on the punt team. I'm sure one of those guys that is cramping is supposed to be on the punt team.
Here's Konopacki. He's got a big leg. He'll need it here. And didn't get it. This is going to be way off the side of the foot, and it'll be down out of bounds. It'll go out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Short field coming up for Verona's offense.
Only an 18-yard punt for the talented junior.
Yeah, and I think what he's trying to do is directional punt away from the returner. Again, both these teams work really hard on their special teams.
That was the wrong direction.
Yep.
If that was direction.
That's one of the difficult things is, and that's why Scott, the punter for Green Bay, has just been phenomenal this year with placement of his punts.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to directional kick and not have shanks.
Okay, here's opportunity knocking for Verona. They've scored to tie it, and now Aker is grabbed at the line. That's a big play by Mason Smith, the nose tackle.
I think Coach Bass decided not to be so static and sent some stunts inside and not allow Aker to get rolling.
Loss of 2 for Jackson Aker. Boy, can't say that every day. But Mason Smith with a great stop. Back at the 44. Beck still has it. Pretty good protection. Throwing for Anderson and a little too far.
He had him open.
Lanfear was covering, so it's nice to see him back in the game, number 19.
There was good
pressure. Yeah, he had him, right?
Yeah, he had him open. Just missed the throw, but he was getting pressure run up into his face. You'll see the linebacker coming up. Both these defenses have that, where the inside linebacker, once the quarterback breaks contain, the secondary contain becomes that inside linebacker trying to chase that down.
3rd and 12, 44-yard line for Verona. 14-14, late third quarter. Intercepted! And a big return on top of it. Big play by 24, Isaac Ham. He's a defensive end, and he intercepted the dart from Bex.
Ham's just a sophomore, but he comes up with a big play here. Goes high in the air to pull this one down, and then it's off to the races.
Boy, that's a nice return, too.
He had a great return because that's Aker trying to chase him down.
He's a big kid at 6'4", and Bex didn't get the ball over his outstretched arm.
That's a great look.
Yeah, he was trying to get it to Dawkins on an in cut. Look for some Schaefer action here.
Yeah, Bex and Aker made the tackle on the interception. And now...
Well, the referee's telling the receiver he's got to come off. I think it's a blood issue.
Okay.
I'm guessing the referee told the guy who's flanked here at the bottom of the screen he had to come off.
I think it's Malik Tuzani, number 27.
Yeah.
Anyway, 21's still out there, Schaefer, so keep an eye on him. He's in the slot there. But they start out with a handoff to Shower. That closed up pretty quick.
That's a new back in, number 2.
Oh, yep, that's number 2, yep. Ethan Woodard.
Tyler Layham greeted him.
I think with Stone cramping, they're going to use him as their kind of speed back. They want to try and get it to the outside there.
Woodward's rushed 20 times for 124 yards and a touchdown this year.
No gain there. Portage leads Beaver Dam 27-7. La Follette now 35-14 over Craig. This is 2nd and 10. Woodward still the back. Fake to him. Pressure coming, and down goes Stevens. Keegan Lindell is in there. So is James Ray.
He just didn't have time. Schaefer was heading deep, and Verona defense bracketed him and kind of ignored the other receiver.
Myers and Lindell in the sack.
It's going to be 3rd and a lot for Sun Prairie.
So this will be interesting that this was the down that gave Verona fits, and Stone is in the game.
3rd and 16. That was a loss of 6 on that last sack. Empty backfield for Brady Stevens. He looked for Stone. Now that wasn't there. Now he finds Stone and overshot him, and it's nearly intercepted.
Yeah, it was designed to get the ball to Stone in space. But again, the pressure, they had him corralled, and then they forced him into a scramble situation.
Stevens is bound and determined to get the ball to Stone.
Yeah.
Well, there's certain plays that are designed to get the ball to special guys. You go trips away from him, move him out to wide receiver, try to get a mismatch with the linebacker.
Ooh, he had a shot there with Stone too, didn't he? Anderson got his hand
Yeah,
up.
Anderson did a really nice job of flying over the top.
Nice job by Verona there after the first turnover of the game and forcing Verona into a punting situation.
Yeah, they had a
Sun Prairie into a
1st
punt.
and 10 at the 29, and they're not going to come away with points. Konopacki, let's see how his direction is this time. Last time it wasn't so good. This is going to be much better, I think. Nope.
Up in the end zone.
In the end zone. All right. Back we go to the 20.
Big win for the Verona defense to stop that. Big play, obviously, was the sack.
River Valley beat Richland Center 40-9 tonight.
Probably see a steady diet of Mr. Aker.
Yeah.
With a little Anderson countered crisscross in here somewhere.
So here we go. From the Verona 20, it's Aker. Not much.
Great defensive play. That's one of the few times you'll see Aker go down with one guy on the tackle.
Gio Campos. Yep, Gio Campos, 44. Got Aker. Another 1-yard gain for Aker. We're at the 2-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. It's 2nd and 9, Verona. Bex got the completion. That's Steer. 1st down, Wildcats.
That's a danger. Because if Steer breaks that tackle, he's gone. He is one of the fastest kids we've seen this fall.
And you forget about Steer among the Hocken Andersons and the Dawkins and the Akers.
But again, what Sun Prairie's doing, they're playing man coverage without a free safety in this situation because of the formation that Verona uses. So if they don't make the tackle, it's gone.
One number 6 Hallenbrand brought down the other number 6 Steer.
1st and 10 at the 32, and again, Aker.
If we see that again, if he trusts his speed and comes to the outside, I don't know who's going to catch him.
Campos is piling up the tackles
they
here.
actually have the edge blocked pretty well here, that if he stays to the outside.
Campos is just 5'10", 160 pounds, they say. Aker is 6'2", 220.
Huh. 2nd and 8 from the 34. And Sun Prairie jumped, and I think, encroachment on the Cardinals.
That's a crucial penalty.
Sure is.
It's going to take it from 2nd and 8. Or
Now
probably 2nd and 8 to 2nd and 3.
Do whatever you want now, right?
Yep.
Throw that little slant
back
again,
on
maybe?
schedule.
Right?
In the 3rd quarter.
All right.
Memorial East West 7-6.
Time running in the final half minute of the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 4 for Verona. Aker is going to get a 1st down, but barely, and he takes a bunch of hits there, but got enough yardage.
he's running with the pads low to smell that first down, but if he has a little jump cut to the left, he's got big yardage.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be another play in the third quarter. Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yep. Clock is running.
Yeah, and Beck's is back in the huddle, so it's like Dave Richardson wants to run a play.
This will be interesting. I think they're going to run a play.
Ball's at the 43-yard line for Verona. Anderson coming around the other way. Oh, and he nearly broke that one, but he couldn't quite.
They are coming. They're coming so close.
But close isn't quite good enough now, is it? And that will run out the third quarter. Boy, we can't wait for the final 12 minutes. It's all even. Verona 14, Sun Prairie 14. Back with the final quarter in a moment. You're watching the Prep Mania Game of the Week on TVW and Channel3000.com. Welcome back to Ashley Field in Sun Prairie. Alan Minard, Bill Brophy, Jay Wilson. Final 12 minutes and perhaps more. Verona's 4-0. Sun Prairie is 3-1. Right now it is all even, 14 apiece. Here we go with the start of the fourth quarter. 1st and 10, Verona at their own 43. Aker gets to midfield. No, check that. That was a second down play. Now it's going to be 3rd and about 3.
And Aker gets up limping.
He's limping, but he's going to try and tough it out.
He took a hit a couple of plays early. I mean, when he goes in that interior, he's been taking some licks. So out he comes. Oh yeah.
He's coming out.
Yeah, Lindell was his second team all-conference running back last year. Again, they've played him primarily on defense this year, but he'll go in and replace Aker, who got a hitch in his giddy-up.
You saw him point to his ankle when he got to the sideline, so we figure that's what the problem is. Anyway, here's a big third down play. Steer in motion, gets the handoff. Steer gets a block, and he gets a first down. Isaac Ham ran him out of bounds, but not before Steer gets to the 45 of Sun Prairie. Watch Bex get hit after he handed it off. Ooh, boy.
He's lucky that wasn't a 15-yard tack on.
If that's
I think the official was looking somewhere else. But that's a play they're trying to eliminate.
Terrence
away from the ball. That was close to the head.
If that's Tom Brady, what do you think happens?
Briggs got the free shot in at Bex.
But no flag. This time Bex doesn't give it to Steer. Now he's chased, throws. Anderson complete. Lanfear tackles at the 32.
This is another real common Verona principle. They run the running play, give the same run action with the play action off of it. And the formation scheme-wise, they get Anderson one-on-one, and he's a handful. And Bex is such an efficient quarterback.
Right.
I mean, he does what they want him to do so well. And they're an offense that can really milk the clock, too.
They opened the second half with an 80-yard march that took 5 minutes. They're on an 80-yard march here in an attempt to break the tie with now 10.5 minutes left in the game.
32-yard line. Here's Lindell. He knows what to do with the football.
Wildcat carry number 34.
Though he's playing defense, you can see he's got fresh legs.
Yep.
He's just, playing a little bit different speed. The defense is tired right now.
Boy, according to the statistics, that's only his second carry of the year.
Doesn't surprise me. They've had a lot of blowouts,
right?
And they have not needed him. But I tell you what, what a great luxury to have him be able to back up Aker to get a quick break.
And he ran for 727 yards last year. Second team all conference.
Got 5 there, 2nd and 5, 28-yard line. Now they come to Anderson around the left side. Penalty marker down. Anderson had a first down carry, but if you're Verona, you don't like where that penalty marker was thrown.
That's I think he just had his hands outside of the body. I didn't know if the official was going to call it. I don't think the guy was going to make the play. That being said, he had a hand on his back.
Yeah, 67 right there, right?
Yep. Jindra hauled down.
The Sun Prairie linebacker, Campos, was sure he was going to make that play if that wasn't illegal block. But back him up. It's going to be 2nd and long.
So what was a first down is now going to be 2nd and long after they mark it off. It's going to be 2nd and about 13, maybe 14. All the way back to the 36.
4th penalty of the night for Verona. Sun Prairie's at 6, but Verona seems to be much more costly of the 4 they've had.
So from 2nd and 5 to 2nd and 14 for the Wildcats. Becks throwing, has Steer to the 30.
He's going to get about half of it back.
Wrapped up by number 6, Jacob Hellenbrand.
Jacob Hellenbrand. 3rd and 8, and Akers back in.
Jacob Hellenbrand on the tackle for Sun Prairie. Another critical 3rd down play. 3rd and 8 at the Sun Prairie 30-yard line. Clock running, 9 minutes left.
4 down territory, Coach?
I think absolutely. You're going into this play thinking you've got 2 plays to get it.
Aker, nope, that double handoff again, and it's Anderson, and he will score.
I tell you, that's one of their big-time go-to plays. I wondered with Aker being a little bit hurt, I wasn't thinking they were going to give it to him, but they use him kind of as the decoy with the double handoff.
And then Anderson with a nice spin to break into the free in the secondary and got his 2nd touchdown of the second half. And Verona has the lead for the first time tonight.
He is one of the top 2-way players we've seen this year. I mean, he's made some really nice plays in the secondary, and when it's really important clutch time, he's there to answer.
24-yard touchdown run, and now a 30-yard score for Anderson. Extra point by Armstrong, good. 21-14 Verona. Wow, the Wildcats showing some mettle, trailing for most of the game.
Again, both touchdown plays in the second half have been on this play. Anderson breaks the tackle, and then it's a race to the end zone, which he wins again.
Lack of defensive discipline. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. You're going to see defenders running all the way across the field after Aker, and here comes Anderson with 2 lead blockers.
I mean, we're up here looking down from our elevated press box area. I mean, I can't see the handoff up here. How do you see it with all those bodies down in the field, right?
It's like I said, it's like virtually impossible to get your scout team kids to do this and to be able to see it. You try to get some end zone copy film from previous years, but what really happens is, like here in the second half, the fatigue defensively, and if you lose 1 or 2 starters that might be able to fit it properly, getting the backups to do it is very problematic.
Verona's had 3 possessions in the second half. They went 80 yards. With the second half kickoff, Anderson going the last 24 on that same play. Then they had a short field, which they couldn't convert. They got the ball back late in the 3rd quarter. They go 80 yards, culminating in the 30-yard Anderson run. But now 8:39 left to play.
Here's Schaefer going right up the middle on a big return. He sets up Sun Prairie and Cardinals' opponent's territory.
They were set up. So many teams like to run the return to their sideline, so you try to kick it away from their sideline. And so the problem was they put Schaefer down in that corner. And the bottom line is the rule should be thou shalt not kick the ball to 21. Schaefer.
Yeah.
But give the kicker credit. The freshman took him down in the open field.
Nice tackle.
Yeah, Mason Armstrong saved the touchdown. 39-yard return for Schaefer.
46-yard line of Verona. Shower gets the carry, right side.
Nathan Shower.
About a yard maybe. McFarland got a good win tonight, 35-0 over Whitewater.
Also on the tackle number 68, Henry.
And we have not seen.
Pickup of 1, 2nd and 9.
We've not seen Stone back in the game offensively, and he's the one that they would probably prefer to run wide. But Shower just can't get around, turn that corner on against this Verona defense. Great string out play by the outside backer there.
It's a 2nd and 9 for Sun Prairie. Now trailing 21-14. Stevens throws a dart. And that's Schaefer for a first down for the Cardinals.
There's that RPO, and unfortunately the corner lost his footing and left Schaefer wide open.
At Mansfield Stadium, order has been restored for the Spartans. Cam Marshall gets a 6-yard touchdown, 21-6. Madison Memorial now leads Madison West.
That pass lay good for 14 yards.
I want to thank Sun Prairie Athletic Director Eric Nee and the great staff here at Ashley Field for, again, allowing us to bring the game of the week to Sun Prairie. Stevens. That's Lanphier. Oh, good tackle. Oh, look out. As a little taunt by Xavier Howard, they let it go, but Howard gave a little after the play.
That was a great hit.
So Lanphier on the reception, but
and that was another interesting. I'm watching now. Verona's getting like Anderson back in on D stuff. I thought Sun Prairie should have taken their shot deep before getting Anderson back in on the field. So now both Steer and Anderson are there.
2nd and 6.
So here we go. Stevens throwing again. Schaefer with another catch in traffic. Cole Rufinock there to defend, but couldn't stop the catch.
They had him bracketed, and the safety came up on it. He just didn't dislodge it. Great catch and throw.
Rufinock's a heck of a defensive back, and he just didn't quite get there in time.
7 catches now for Schaefer for over 100 yards.
Oh, and now on cue, here comes Stone into the backfield.
1st and goal, Sun Prairie.
I think we have an illegal formation. Well, they may not have caught it.
Stone gets inside the 5. And Schaefer's a different receiver than Cooper Nelson. Nelson, he's
Schaefer,
6'5",
right,
6'6".
He's just a great leaper and very fast.
Tell you what, they both had pretty good hands.
Great hands.
2nd and goal for Sun Prairie, looking for the tying touchdown.
See, normally Schaefer's the inside receiver on the slot. That time he was not. He's on the outside now, too.
Shower gets this one. Shower into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Prairie. 5-yard run by Nate Shower, and an extra point away from going back to a tie. It's 21-20. Shower's one of those guys, he can get you those tough yards inside the 5.
No, in between the tackles, he's really good. Again, that kind of showed some fatigue on the Verona defense.
So now here comes Owen Konopacki. No problem.
Number 12 almost got a hand on the extra point, Kyle Walton.
Another look at the touchdown. I'll tell you what. 55, Evan Holm in the center. He made a seal, and Shower took advantage of it.
4th touchdown of the year for Nathan. He had 15 a year ago when he was the 2nd team all-conference back. It took Sun Prairie 2 minutes, 42 seconds to answer Verona's go-ahead touchdown.
This has now turned into a tennis match. Back and forth, back and forth.
Schaefer with the long return of 40-some yards sets up the short field. And Sun Prairie effortlessly goes down that short field to tie the game. Both teams with 3 timeouts as we play the last 5:57.
And I think as we come down to the wire, Sun Prairie has a big advantage in the kicking game.
I was going to credit you for you telling me that. And we walked to the press box tonight, and it certainly looks. I was just thinking the same thing.
That if this were to go to overtime.
Did you say overtime?
Well, you never know.
Don't jinx it. Although it'd be kind of fun. But we do have deadlines at News 3 now, you know.
And we do have acre deep for Verona.
Oh, I
Don't
think,
you dare.
I think Kanapacki's going to put this one in the end zone.
Yeah.
The question is, will he kick it through the goalpost or not?
Man, can he boom it.
I think it was wide left.
I think he pulled it a little.
But it was deep enough. It was long enough, but I think it was wide left.
All right, 1st and 10, Verona. 21-21.
Verona's had 2 80-yard marches in their 3 possessions in the second half.
Yep. So we'll see how involved Aker is now with his ankles taped. And then when they get the touchback, they can put it wherever they want in between the hashes. And so this is the second time in a row Verona requested to put it on the left hash, making the right the wide side of the field.
Aker
on the carry.
I tell you what.
It's unbelievable because he stopped at one for a 1-yard gain, and he just drags like 5 guys. 4 yards.
Number 7, Addison Ostringa.
Addison Ostringa. Well, pick your Sun Prairie Cardinal, and he probably was in on the stop. That's a 1-yard gain that turned into 4.
4 yards on the pickup.
Clock running, 5:25 left. Next score may win it, but you never know. This is Aker. Got to the outside, got a first down.
Ideally, Verona would like to score, but take time off the clock.
Exactly. They would love to really grind this. I mean, granted, they would take a quick score if it happened. That was also a run pass option. That's one of their formations. That Steer was running up the seam, but he handed off to Aker, which ended up being a nice choice for about 10 yards.
Yep. Spotted at the 32.
And they can milk a lot of clock here because it's 40 seconds. Oh, I guess he was out of bounds, so the clock's not going to run, but 40 seconds is a lot of time for Coach Risher to get that play in.
Dawkins and Steer out to the right, the receivers for Verona. Bex handles the low snap, going deep, looking for Dawkins.
Oh, is he going to throw the flag or did it
fell
out?
The referee slipped, but I think it just fell out of his pocket, or no
I think
he's not picking it up. Yeah, it's going to be, I guess, was that Stone defending, I think?
I don't know if he meant, I felt he interfered with Dawkins, but I don't think the official knows that the flag is out.
Oh, yeah, he does. He's bending over to pick it up now. This is going to be a defensive PI.
Stone was running. There you saw. Oh, yeah, he grabbed him.
Yeah, he's throwing the flag as he falls
We
down.
told you the field was slippery.
Yeah, yep.
And I'm sure this officiating crew will remind him of that play many times over.
Yeah. He got there just a fraction ahead. It's pretty scary seeing Dawkins run just a step behind you. I tell you, Beck had a really well-thrown ball. I think Stone came out with a cramp now, too. Nope, he's still in top of the screen, trying to match up with Dawkins.
It's a 15-yard penalty out to the 47 now, 1st and 10. Here's Anderson coming left side. Gio Campos got him from behind.
This is also a great play. Lanfear diagnosed this really well and got over there to help corral Anderson. So you know you've got a great player when they're starting to see these plays for the second or third time and they diagnose it perfectly and get in position to make the play.
The final, Wanakee 39, Baraboo 7, Cambridge 49, Boscobel 14. A couple of finals in high school football tonight. Here's Aker. Again, defended well by that Sun Prairie defense.
Yeah, they set the edge really well that time. Didn't give him a chance to bounce it. He had to stick his foot in the ground and go. So crucial. Third and about 6.
Addison Ostringa was there.
And I think this would be an interesting decision on 4th down if they don't make it.
Oh, man.
I think it'll depend if it's within 3 yards or less, then I'd go for it. Otherwise, I think I'd probably have to consider punting the ball.
You know Dave Anderson or Dave Richardson pretty well. Would you call him a riverboat gambler? Or just when he has to. We'll find out. Here comes 3rd down. Bex has his man, Dawkins.
That was a great route. Dawkins sold the go route, pulls up on the out route, and this is a perfectly timed ball. The ball, by the time he turns around, the ball is halfway there.
4th catch of the night for Dawkins. He had 5 last week. He's now got 18 on the year, but he had all of last season when he was injured. Broke his collarbone and missed over half the season.
Right, but a very impressive receiver. His technique phenomenal.
Verona taking the timeout.
3:34 left. Portage has defeated Beaver Dam 27-14. 5 minutes left. Stoughton leads Edgewood 45-0.
I don't think they had the personnel that they wanted. I think maybe Aker came out. That happens sometimes as somebody subs, and then the coach realizes, oh,
yeah,
I need him in. They're all looking around. Is he available? Is he not available? There he is.
Yeah.
It's what happens. And at this point at the juncture, you want to make sure you got the guys in that you want, especially if you put in something new.
Well, you saw it last week in Memorial at crunch time. They got the quarterback, Saniti, in the game to play defense. Right now, you want to get your best athletes on the field. Obviously, Aker's an integral part of this offense, but he's played a lot of defensive snaps as well.
1st and 10, Verona, 38-yard line. Aker doesn't have it.
No, you got fooled again.
This is why they wanted to run the counter crisscross, and that's why it's important that Aker's the one that's used to doing it with Anderson. And so it's the double handoff, but Sun Prairie just blew it up.
Yeah, that was to Anderson, yeah.
And, I would guess the backup just has very limited reps.
Terrence Briggs deserves a lot of credit for blowing that up for Sun Prairie.
Look for Aubrey Dawkins here.
Loss of 4, back to the 42. Bex rolls right and throws wide, intended for Steer.
He was looking that way, that little pivot route that they have, and really good coverage.
3rd down, Verona.
So again, Verona's going to want to get about half of this here, or they would probably punt it deep. Try to pin them back and use timeouts to get the ball back.
The stats say Mason Armstrong has not attempted a field goal this year.
Well, he's a freshman, so. And they haven't had many games where they've needed him.
Yep.
Anderson kind of lost track of where he was, and he stepped across the line. They called him a lot of times with an alignment. They let that go and let him reset, but
yeah, they're
the
hearing
official is calling.
Dave
Richardson
is
pleading his case.
Pleased, yes.
And
well, this turns into a 3rd and 19 now.
Oh, boy.
Really changes the defensive front. But this is something you got to be careful of. You play like a nickel defense and all of a sudden they pop one of those counter runs in there. This is not a defense that they're used to playing. They're playing back deep for the passing game. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try and pop a run in here.
3rd and 19 from the 47. Aker with his hands on his knees. He's in to protect. Bex throws. Incomplete.
That probably seals the deal. They're going to have to punt this.
Sun Prairie looks like they'll get the ball back with probably about 2:30, a little more left. This Sun Prairie defense, I'll tell you what, hats off to them. I mean, it's a handful to defend this Verona offense. And they've made plays all night.
The tackle for loss on the counter was huge, and that last penalty was too.
Schaefer is all by himself deep at about the Sun Prairie 10. And they're not going to give him a chance, I don't think.
Well, the ball came to him.
Oh, boy, he's going to get a chance, but defended very well.
16.
Looks like it's Emiliano Garcia Reyes. Yeah, that's a big stop.
Yeah, a lot of people were happy that he was there when Schaefer caught the ball.
I think most of the Verona fans had their hearts in their hands for a while there.
They said, oh, shucks.
Sun Prairie with 3 timeouts, 2:37 left in the clock.
Oh. Will this go down in Sun Prairie history as the drive? Who knows?
Instead of where's Waldo, where's Schaefer?
First down pass, Lanfear gets some open space. Lanfear still going. Gets past the 35.
He's been quiet much of the night offensively, but he makes a big play there on a pass that almost got taken the other way.
So from the 20 to the 36. 16 yards on that Stevens to Lanfear play. Cross to Schaefer, and Schaefer still going inside the Verona 40.
Yep, that was, again, that kind of RPO look. And so they're trying to double cover, but wow, is he quick.
Just ask Kel Ruknick.
Yeah.
And the other thing to watch here, with their excellent kicker, they're getting close to field goal range. I got to believe.
I got to think from if they get to the 30, they're within range for.
Yeah, I would say they probably feel comfortable 50 in.
Don't score too early if you're Sun Prairie. And they're going to run. Nope, they're going to pass. Stevens, nearly intercepted.
See, that's
Xavier Howard stepped in front of Lanfear and nearly picked it.
That's another interesting. He really rode that really long, and technically they had linemen downfield. I'm surprised there wasn't a flag on that.
Well, Howard was going after the ball. Here's a 2nd down and 10 from the 38 for Sun Prairie. Stone keeps his feet. Stone has the great speed. Anderson drags him down, but I think it's very close to a Sun Prairie first down. And they're still waiting to move the sticks. They may, nope, first down.
They're moving the sticks.
Wow, Stone was almost
close.
Lost his footing.
Great balance.
What a great spin move by Stone. First down, Cardinals. Stone gets the carry. Stone bounces it outside. Stone with a tough run inside the 20.
He stayed in bounds. So now how much confidence do you have in the kicker? Do you play for a field goal and win the game that way, or you still want to go
if
for
I'm
the
Sun
six?
Prairie, I'm going to try to center this up pretty good. I'm going to keep working. If I can get the coverage I want on Schaefer, I'd still take it. Right now, it's going to be hard for them to get help on him with where he's positioned. But nope, they're running.
Sure-handed shower, I should say. That's a first down carry for Sun Prairie. Clock stops to move the chains. But I think you're going to see a lot of Mr. Shower control the ball here.
Yeah, I think if you're Verona, you
First and 10, Sun Prairie.
You got to think about using your timeouts. And actually, they probably don't have enough. They could still run it down and call timeout and kick the field goal.
There's Shower.
Nathan
Anderson
Shower.
finally gets a hold of him with some help from some
Bring in the
teammates.
field goal kicker right now if they want to.
Also on the play, number
Well, we
49,
got a
They
timeout.
called
however.
timeout. I think they're going to talk
2-yard
about.
pickup on the play, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, Verona
Boy.
took the timeout to give their D a chance to take a breath.
Let's see there.
But see, that was interesting that Sun Prairie called the timeout. So they have, how many do they have left?
2.
They have 2 timeouts left. It's probably the reminder, hold on to the football. Let's try to get it in the middle.
Lakeside Lutheran beat Columbus 28-26 tonight. Let's see if I can get a Memorial update here for you.
Sun Prairie wins the game. Memorial is alone in first place in the Big 8. Both Verona and Sun Prairie would have a loss.
It's over. Memorial beat West at Mansfield 28-6. So will Madison Memorial be the only undefeated Big 8 team at the end of the night? You got to figure Shower's going to get this one. Hang on to that football. Shower! He's into the end zone! Or is he? No, half a yard short. They're marking him at the half-yard line.
Now at the half-yard
First
line.
down inside the
Well, the
one.
clock's going.
Well, they're just going to tempo.
Yeah.
A sneak. And Stevens is in. Touchdown, Sun Prairie. How about that?
Great drive.
Quarterback Brady Stevens with the quarterback sneak.
So 16 seconds left. Sun Prairie puts together a clutch drive to regain the lead.
Wow.
Wildcats 21.
Make it 15 seconds left.
Yeah.
To attempt the extra point.
Well, last year, Sun Prairie lost game 1 and ran the table. Looks like they could do it again.
Konopaki's extra point is blocked. I think that was Xavier Howard that broke through and got it.
27.
So hold the phone just yet. 27-21.
And as odd as it might seem, they'll become huge Verona fans after this game, going to Mansfield next week
So you
to
absolutely,
create the.
you absolutely can't kick this ball to Aker here. But let's take a look at this is Shower gets it to the 1 with 21 seconds left. Well, he didn't get a
Looked
very
like-
nice
Mhm.
spot.
It looked like he might have been in.
Yeah, and then Stevens takes matters into his own hands on the quarterback sneak to give Sun Prairie the lead.
Series by the Cardinal offensive line, led by number 66.
Well, Verona had a 21-14 lead,
Number 66, Mason Sutton. Number 76,
but Sun Prairie has scored twice. Shower a 5-yard run, Stevens a 1-yard run.
the Cardinal line.
First score came with 5:57 left to play. The go-ahead score with 15 seconds left to play, and Konopaki has kicked every kickoff out of the end zone, and God knows Brian Kaminsky hopes the junior can do it one more time and not give Aker a chance. Aker, again, 2 kick returns this year, both went for touchdowns.
So the question is, will they have him kick it out of the end zone, or do you squib it short? Because even the short guys, though, are Anderson and Steer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want any of them those guys touching the ball.
And you don't want to kick it too short because then you give them a shorter field.
Yeah,
so
then you give
what
them
a dilemma.
shorter field.
A conundrum, if you will.
Yes.
What a night. What a game. 27-21 Sun Prairie. And I think Brian Kaminsky is going to take a
Somebody's
timeout.
taking a timeout.
Yep, Sun Prairie.
Timeout Cardinals.
That makes sense. Whole lot riding on this next play.
So the question comes, he probably wants to talk to him about to be aware of a lateral play.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, will Verona try it on this as opposed to an offensive play?
Yeah.
And just a reminder.
Did you see that Tulane-Houston game last night?
I did. I saw Tulane won, and I saw the press conference.
Well,
the Houston coach wasn't very happy.
Tulane was going to run out the clock. They were going to take a knee, but they faked the take a knee, and the guy took the ball, ran for a first down, and then the next play they threw for a touchdown with no time in the clock. It was unbelievable. Not saying that's going to happen here, but that was. If you get a chance to see how that all developed, that was really something. Yeah, I can understand why the Houston guy wasn't real happy.
They were like, this press conference will go down in history as one of the all-time great ones.
Well, Contopacky's just got it. I mean, there's not a lot of coaching here. If you got the ability to kick it out of the end zone or into the end zone in high school ball, go do it.
Yeah, I would lean toward that. The question is,
just don't miss-hit it.
Yeah, just don't miss-hit it.
Oh, boy.
And they are high school kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if he kicks it, kick it to the one.
You can't trust this kid,
Yeah. Well, he's done it all night. Time for one more kick into the end zone. Oh, it's a line drive. And, Aker's going to get a chance from his 6. Aker! There was an opening for just a moment, but then the coverage closes in, and Aker gets just short of the 30.
So 7 seconds left. And if you've got any exotics, here's the time to trot them out.
Yep. This is the hitch, pitch, hook, and ladder.
See if the Verona band comes out or something.
We used to call the Boise special. The crossing route, who laterals it to the other receiver crossing with the running back coming down the sideline on a pitch option. So the old Boise State versus Oklahoma play.
Do you try and get maybe about 15 yards to give yourself a chance at a Hail Mary here? Like do a 15-yard out and stop the clock maybe? We'll see. Bex is going to throw it and complete.
Well, he got your 15 yards, Jay.
Yeah, that's right. To the 45.
But that's asking a high school kid alive to throw an Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary from.
Yeah, I don't think he's got enough.
Cole Zaromsky got the catch.
I don't think he's got enough.
I think Verona took a timeout.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a flag on the play, too.
Oh, illegal procedure against Verona. My goodness.
And I don't know if anybody in the place knew that.
No, I didn't see it.
I didn't see
Frank
it.
Kaminsky started jumping up and down. I think he just became aware.
And it is the official on the sideline of Coach Richardson.
So it'll be 1st and 15. Basically, it's 1st and 70.
Yeah, there's only 1 second left.
Next Friday night, we're at Mansfield Stadium. Madison Memorial will come in 4-0, undefeated. Or 5-0, that's right. They got number 5 tonight. Will Verona be 5-0 or 4-1?
Verona finishes with La Follette, Beloit, and at East.
Well, first game of the year, we said it was unlikely anyone would go through undefeated.
Yes, indeed.
Verona's going to take a timeout here to come up with their 1st and 76 play.
So, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see next week.
Sun Prairie the rest of the way plays at La Follette and then at East, and they host Middleton and West in the final games, Big 8 games.
Yeah, they're going to be favored in all of those games, and very impressed with them tonight. They've really fought hard. They have a great offense, and the defense hung in pretty good against a very dynamic Verona offense.
You see Dawkins there in the foreground talking to the officials. Both teams have had 6 penalties tonight. That last one certainly a costly one for Verona. It changes the situation where you've got the ball at the 45. So now you need a prayer.
I think Sun Prairie might set the Big 8 record for defensive backs on one play on this one. They got a bunch of guys back. They got pack line defense on the 40. Here's Bex throwing, got to complete it. Steyer does. Can't. Ooh, he just threw it up in the air, and Sun Prairie has it, and that will do it. The Sun Prairie Cardinals hand Verona its first loss of the season. Final score, Cardinals 27, Wildcats 21.
Yeah, put Sun Prairie in a great position to win out and hope to get some help.
Sun Prairie gets 2 scores in the last 6 minutes to come from behind at home and score a huge win. Colin Schaefer with a big night. He teamed up with Nate Stevens for 2 touchdown passes. Stevens with the game-winning touchdown on a 1-yard plunge. Schauer with a 5-yard run to score the game for Sun Prairie. Verona's got all those playmakers, and they played well, but Sun Prairie's defense was stout when they needed to be.
At the end of the day, Verona didn't have an answer for Schaefer.
Yeah, that's right. What a night here in Sun Prairie. The Cardinals, home winners 27-21. Both of these teams now 4-1 in the Big 8 Conference. And Madison Memorial stands alone atop at 5-0. And that leads us to our Prep Mania game of the week next Friday night. We'll be at Mansfield Stadium when Verona faces Madison Memorial. Hope you'll join us 7 o'clock on channel3000.com next Friday night.
We know a lot of Sun Prairie fans will.
I would imagine that. That's true. Want to thank our great Rush Media crew for all their fine work once again tonight. Alan Minard, Bill Brophy, Jay Wilson. Thank all of you for joining us. Final score once again, Sun Prairie 27 and Verona 21. See you next week from Mansfield Stadium. But for now, good night from Sun Prairie.